Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down something that is, without a doubt, one of the most critical tools for the UPSC exam. I'm talking about previous year questions, or as we all know them, PYQs. Look, most aspirants know that PYQs are important, but there's a huge difference between knowing they're important and actually knowing how to use them effectively. We're going to fix that today. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the problem everyone faces. Then we'll look at why PYQs are basically a secret code into the examiner's mind. After that, I'll give you a 5-step method to crack that code. We'll look at some real, concrete proof, and then, the best part, we'll see how you can use all this to actually start predicting future questions. Okay, let's start with a feeling I bet you know all too well. You've got the PYQs, maybe a whole stack of them, but you're just not quite sure what to do with them. Right? This feeling, this confusion, is the biggest thing that stands between you and the absolute goldmine of information hidden in these past papers. Now, this is where things get really interesting. To get why PYQs are so powerful, you have to look at them from two different angles. It's not just about you. It's about getting inside the head of the person who writes the exam. Okay, so think about it like this. From the examiner's point of view, they use old papers to make sure the exam standard stays consistent. And, they're human. They have a tendency to stick to familiar ideas. So if they asked about a Chola king one year, it's not a huge leap for them to ask about a Chola port the next. It's the same theme. Now, from your point of view, this is everything. It means the PYQs are your compass. They show you what the exam really expects, way beyond what the syllabus just tells you on paper. So the big question is, how do you actually analyze them? Well, here is a systematic 5-step method that turns this from a chore into a strategy. First, solve topic-wise. Don't just do one year's paper. If you're studying fundamental rights, do every single question on that topic from all the years you can find. Second, simulate the test. Get a timer, feel that pressure. Don't just casually browse. Third, and this is absolutely critical, analyze all the options, not just the right one. The wrong answers are often the seeds for future questions. Fourth, when you find a new bit of info in an option, add it to your notes. Just a quick line, nothing major. And last, step 5, go deep. I'm talking 35 years back. Themes repeat over long cycles, so don't just stick to the last few years.
All right, now for the really cool part. Let's look at the proof, because this is where you can see this method working in the wild.
This is the mantra. You have to get this into your head. They might not ask the exact same question, but they will absolutely come back to the same themes again and again. Grasping this is what separates the people who clear prelims consistently from everyone else. Let me show you what I mean. This is a perfect example. Check this out. In 2016, the term aragata was part of a question. A few years down the line, boom, a new question is built directly around that exact same keyword. It's a direct hit. Here's another one. And this proves why you need to analyze all the options. In an old paper, Fahyan was just one of the incorrect choices. But in a later exam, Fahyan is the star of the show, the main subject of a brand new question. See? The clues are everywhere. And again, look at this. A little detail from a match the following question, a king in his literary work, comes back years later as a direct question about that same work, Matavilasa. The theme here isn't just one king. It's a broader theme, literary works of ancient and medieval India. And just look at this timeline. The preamble is not just a topic you read once. It is a recurring theme the examiners absolutely love. They hit it in 1997, they came back to it in 2017 with a clever question about the mind of the makers, then again in 2020, and again in 2021 through the concept of constitutional government. It's the same core idea, just in a different package each time. This is theme identification.
So once you get good at spotting these themes from the past, well, that's when you can start making some seriously good predictions about the future.
This isn't about some crystal ball. It's about data. You're not just randomly guessing anymore. You are using the examiner's own past behavior to figure out what they're likely to do next. So what happens is, as you do this deep analysis, you start to see these high-frequency themes pop up. Things like literary works, the countries that border nations currently in the news, major and minor ports, river systems, cultural heritage. These aren't just random topics. These are the examiner's favorite playgrounds. These are your high-yield areas to absolutely master before you walk in that hall. So now you have the method. Previous year questions are no longer just a pile of old papers. They are your strategic roadmap. They are a blueprint to the exam itself. The patterns are right there, waiting for you. Now, go find them.